SEC. Tonight it's the Volunteers of Tennessee that take a shot at the number 6 team in the country, the Wildcats of Kentucky. Rupp Arena in Lexington sold out as always. The Wildcats 6-0 in this building this year. They are 14-3 overall. They're atop the Eastern Division of the SEC. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Dick Vitale. When the season started, Dick, everybody said if there's a team that can challenge Kentucky in that Eastern Division of the SEC, it's Tennessee. They're 2-1. Can they hang tonight?
I'll tell you, Brad, there was so much optimism down in Knoxville. Everybody was excited. The magazines, Blue Ribbon, I respect. They had them number 7 in America. The bottom line is they're very experienced. They have the size up front to match up really well with Kentucky, and their backcourt can be sensational. Harrison, Wharton. If they play well tonight, they got a shot here.
They'll have to handle the Kentucky pressure and shoot well. As for Kentucky, we've seen them 6 times now. It seems like they get better and better, and they got that big lineup working for them.
Well, they do a tremendous job on a defensive end. They got to get Hashimu Evans back offensively to score. Turner, we know, is a winner. So is certainly Mr. Evans and Mr. Padgett. Scott Padgett is playing brilliant basketball. The key tonight is if Tennessee can get great guard play against the pressure of Kentucky, this can be an exciting matchup.
All right, let's take a look at the DiGiorno starting lineups first for the visiting Volunteers of Kentucky. Here's how they look. Harris, Black, Yarbrough, the freshman Tony Harris, the point man, and Brandon Wharton, who is their senior leader, and his shot is starting to come around. The last 4 games, he's been lighting it up from the field. And for Tubby Smith and the Wildcats of Kentucky, Turner and Evans in the backcourt, Bradley and McGlure up front, and as Dick said, Scott Padgett is playing as well now as he has played at any point in his brilliant career, which will go over 1,000 points in that career on the nights, probably with his first shot. Tubby Smith looking for his 50th win in only his 2nd season as the head man at Kentucky. 6-1 career against Tennessee. The lone loss was when he was the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. And for Jerry Green, only his 2nd year as well. Last year, his club won 20 for the first time since '85, and they made the NCAA. So they've got people talking about basketball, not just women's basketball in Knoxville.
Hey, you mentioned the women's basketball. What a great win they had over at UConn, over in Husky land. It was a tremendous win for Pat Summitt as we look right here at the series history between both teams. And also, Danny, we got to say congratulations to Tennessee football winning the national championship.
Absolutely. You saw the last UT win in Lexington was 20 years ago next week. Kentucky controls as we're underway. Our officials, John Clockerty, Jim Burr, and Mike Kitts.
Man-to-man defense right out of the gate, and they're going to play head-to-head on the guards.
McGlure with a left hand.
That's good for Kentucky. They're going to try to score inside from McGlure. They become unbeatable.
Here's Tony Harris at the point. A sensational freshman season last year.
He's got superb quickness. What they want is to have a little bit more ball movement and make people touch the basketball and get it to the interior.
Wharton packs it down low to C.J. Black, who missed with likewise a left hand. Comes free to Tony Harris on the drive. Fight for the ball underneath. Tennessee won that, but they still can't buy one. They've had 3 attempts. Still haven't connected. Harris for 3. Rims out of Hashimu Evans with a rebound.
One good thing they're doing right now, Tennessee, getting a lot of good ball movement, something Jerry Green wants. Head-to-head, man-to-man defense by Tennessee, pressuring on a basketball.
Turner, nice crossover. Penetration, and Torrey Harris, I believe, is going to be called for the foul. One of the T. Harris.
It's like Shaquille O'Neal. Everybody says he's got to develop a hook shot. Why? If he can dunk all day, dunk.
Well, that's the reason Wayne was at the free throw line, because of his penetration ability. Gives Kentucky a 3-point lead. Tennessee almost threw it away. Yarbrough trying to feed Black down low, and tipped in by Yarbrough.
Yarbrough with that tip in, he was wanted big time by Kentucky. Many people thought he would go to Kentucky.
And here's Turner, the penetration again, all the way to the glass.
I'll tell you, if he gets to the right, he's unstoppable. He really can get to the goal.
Harris will slow it, bring it to the point. Hashimu Evans on him in Kentucky's man-to-man.
Playing Evans up on Harris. That's an interesting matchup right now. I think he'll switch off to Wharton.
Wharton had a notion. Turner got there defensively.
He has really worked on his shot, as you said a little bit earlier. He has really improved his touch.
10 on the shot clock.
He went through a little shooting slump.
Did he ever? Harris kicks outside. They're going to have to hustle one up. Here's Wharton. Got it away and missed it.
Great defense. Tremendous team defense by Kentucky.
Paget, one of the great big men passers in college basketball, feeds McGlure underneath, counted, and caps a three-point play. 5 quick ones for Jamal and a 6-point Kentucky lead.
Well, the one thing is Tennessee can't allow Kentucky to get out of the gate with the big lead.
Tennessee right now, Dick, just 1 for 8 from the floor.
Well, not on the road against a team this good. Paget matched up with Yarbrough.
Tony Harris, to get any shots, is going to have to get some screens. Wharton did get one and missed a three-pointer.
Getting one shot on the inside with Ward, good inside rebounder.
Turner all the way. The scoop. And the rebound comes off to Torrey Harris, but he lost it out of bounds.
Turner has that explosive step. He really can get to the rack. Jerry Green, who did a solid job down in Oregon. Ernie Kent down here had a couple of big wins this year, early in the year. Breaker to UCLA last week by a deuce.
Evans to inbound on the baseline. Kentucky leading by 6. Bradley had an open shot and didn't take it.
A lot of patience, a lot of poise, shot selection so important to a team like Kentucky.
Inside and back outside to Paget. Turner beats Harris to the punch. Had his shot blocked, though, on the inside. Some people wanted goaltending on that call.
Turner and Harris, a really solid matchup on a perimeter. Two of the solid point guards in the league.
Wharton gave up an open shot. You don't get too many, so you can't be shy about it. Tony Harris finally open. Rebound Bradley.
A lot of size on the inside with those two big guys. They need this guy's shot to come back.
Rims out. Bradley trying to keep it alive. Had it knocked away from behind by Tony Harris, and it will again be Kentucky ball out of bounds.
Tubby said, hey, we haven't had the kind of quality play out of Evans like we had earlier in the year. Had that big game with 31 against Maryland. You and I did that game. He was unbelievable that night. Has not played well since on the offensive end.
Those last few games been 8 points here, 5 points there, 2 points there. Not the same Evans. Here's McGlure. This time the hook shot's a little bit short.
He's playing a game of horse inside. Left hand, right hand hook shots.
Wharton double team.
Kentucky doing a great job trying to come out quickly on Wharton, taking away to look at the goal.
Wharton takes it over Evans and got a 3.
That was not an easy 3 right there because Evans came right in his face. He said his dad really helped him with his shot, that he wasn't following through on his shot. His dad gave him a tip, and since then he's been on his way. His dad's a high school coach.
8-5. The lead cut down to 3. McGlure trying to pack it inside to Bradley. He throws his shoulder and throws it in.
A lot of people didn't think the two guys would work well together. They'd get in each other's way, but they really balanced that out. You had them, I think, in their first matchup play together, South Carolina.
And that has moved Paget to the number 3 spot where he's flourishing.
Yeah, that creates a lot of matchup problems, Brad. Larry Conley talked about that with you when you guys did that South Carolina game. It's really tough to match up with them man-to-man with Paget at the small forward slot.
Black to the line for 2.
So C.J. Black's going to go to the free throw line.
Tell me, what an amazing record. You think about following such a guy like Mr. Pitino, the unbelievable pressure in that situation, yet he responded so positively as Black nails the free throw.
Tubby looking for win number 50 in only his second year here in Lexington.
He's so likable, such a down-to-earth guy, no ego whatsoever about him in any shape or form.
Black, a great free throw shooter. He is 35 of 40 on the year.
Sensational shot blocker, broke the school record last year, blocking shots at 73.
He got them both and cut the Kentucky lead back to 3 with 15:03 to go. On the 45th here sometime in the next couple minutes.
Nice pass. Got an offensive foul call, Brad.
Yep.
Tubby can't believe it, but you got to take that up strong. He didn't take that up strong. Look at this Tubby. He's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now look at this. Turner makes the great look to the inside, drives, draws, dishes the rock. There's the kick out, and they get him up strong.
Tennessee a chance to cut further into Kentucky's lead.
Execution Possession execution. That's the key for Jerry Green's club.
Aaron Green also in the backcourt now. Yarbrough, 15-footer won't go. Battle for the rebound. He comes up with it. Wharton. Nice penetration. Dishes inside. Got Hathaway.
Hathaway, the big, strong inside power guy, but what a look by Wharton on the interior.
Tennessee folks said Hathaway had probably his best practice of the season yesterday. And a steal by Green. Trying to call timeout so he isn't called for traveling, and he got it. Kentucky's first turnover.
One thing they do really well, Tennessee, they match up physically with Kentucky. They got great size. Going to watch this pass on the inside right here. Freeze it. Freeze it right there. Now he's going to look right into this area here for the layup. And there's the kick down. Once he gets into that interior, this Tennessee team is very tough. That's going to be special down there.
Tennessee with an opportunity to lead for the first time tonight if they score. Green to try to do it. A little too strong, but Hathaway off the backside.
They missed him at about 260. I agree with Padgett. He said if he's not 285, something's wrong.
Hathaway faces a basket and tried to drop one in. And Tennessee comes up with a loose ball. Green, nowhere to hide in there.
He's getting some playing time. He went to the coaches when he wasn't getting playing time early this year. And he asked why.
Boy, Tennessee finally takes the lead. Isaiah Victor puts him in front by one.
He's the guy that can be a factor. He really can. He's very active. He's their rebounding leader.
And a foul. Push from behind on Hathaway.
Isaiah Victor's from out here in Kentucky. They did not recruit him.
Hopkinsville.
Yeah, he's a very active player. Could have beaten Arizona with a little dunk at the end of the game, but he missed one. Look at Victor right there working on the glass. There it is, second effort.
For Tennessee, Harris returns to the line.
Tony Harris coming back in. And Brandon Wharton's going to get his first breather of the night.
Green will move over to the second slot. He can play the point, backs up. Harris.
Saul Smith on the inbounds pass around a pick. He and Hogan now the backcourt for Kentucky.
Smith had 3 for 3 from the trifecta against Vanderbilt in the last game. Good spacing right now. Good ball movement.
Nice strip by Saul Smith. Trying to come up with a steal.
Yeah, Saul did a great job dropping inside to give a little help on the post. Sean Prince with that size.
Dick, I thought you had a play on that.
Yeah.
Jim Burr intercepted it.
I thought I had myself a little souvenir. I was going to keep it. I wasn't going to give it back.
Yeah, I know. Like you don't have any basketballs.
I was going to keep that. I was going to keep that ball. Why didn't they let it come over here? Oh, wow, look, we're on TV.
Tennessee by one. 12:49 to go in the first half. Kamara, Prince, Smith, Hogan, and Allison. An entire different five on the floor than what started for Kentucky.
I think that starting five there could probably finish about 20 to 25 in the nation. Not bad having a second club that could be nationally rated.
Smith on the drive, pushed by Tony.
He can shoot it.
Hogan rimmed it out. Allison went high for the rebound. Got a good look. I didn't think he had enough room to make that move underneath, but he missed the shot.
That was a big-time rebound right there by Allison, no question. Great athletic ability.
Harris back at the point. Rashard Lee's in there with Green, Victor, and Hathaway.
You got an experienced team right now, Tennessee. You got to take advantage of this team you're playing against. You got to get some points on the board against them.
This defense.
This team went to the NCAAs last year, 20-9.
Green missed the three. Battle for the loose ball. Tayshaun Prince pulls it down in front of the Kentucky bench. Chance for Kentucky to regain the lead. They led 8-2 early in this game. Tennessee now. There's Hogan. Had it partially blocked by Green. Hogan's missed two quick shots. He has been a spark off the bench the last couple of games. His shooting eye has been coming around.
Yeah, they're really looking for him to get some point production. Trying to play that role of Cameron Mills.
He's only shooting 21% right now, and they are up one. That's kind of odd. With 11 minutes, 17 seconds to go, Jerry Green says it's tough enough on the road. We'll take the 1-point lead regardless of how poorly we're shooting. Tennessee by one. We'll be right back. By one with 11:17 remaining first half.
Well, we're going to take a look right now. One of the reasons they're leading, Brad, is their offensive rebounding ability. And we're going to watch Victor right now working on the glass from out here in Kentucky. There's the conversion.
10 of their boards have been on the offensive glass already, which certainly is helping their cause.
Well, you know, defensively right now, they allow teams to shoot no more than 37% against them all year long. So that's been a strong suit of them playing on the defensive end.
Yarbrough is season high is 7 rebounds, so he's well on his way with 6 already for the Volunteers.
Well, he had one game this year where he had 7 steals. He was Mr. Basketball in Tennessee, and the people down here were brokenhearted. They really thought they had him at Kentucky. Well, they think they're going to get every play.
That's right. I heard some folks during warm-ups behind us yell, "We wish you were here." Lee around a screen, three-pointer, way off the mark.
Yeah, shot it too quickly.
Kamara with a rebound.
Both these teams are really deep now. Both teams go to their bench, play 10 players.
Kentucky stays with the 5 that they had on the floor before the timeout as well. Crowd right now kind of flat. Everybody else flat on the floor trying to get a loose ball. And finally, possession arrow will give this one to Tennessee.
Well, we're seeing right now a defensive struggle by both clubs. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, no tempo at all offensively. Both clubs getting after each other physically, but that doesn't make for great basketball flow.
Yarbrough is checked back in for Tennessee. They got Harris and Wharton, their starting backcourt out there.
Hogan matched up right now on Wharton, so he's got a lot of experience on Hogan. Hogan's, as we said, his uncle is Kevin Greavy, the former great player of Kentucky. And his other uncle is the AD down in San Francisco, does a heck of a job, Bill Hogan.
Reverse layup and a nice move by Isaiah Victor.
Well, you think Victor's a little pumped up playing here?
I'd say.
They didn't recruit him, I heard today.
And a foul.
With a good 45-degree angle, the little reverse layup. He's got superb quickness and good posting ability.
Foul was on Victor, his second. And it's Tennessee leading by 3.
Jerry Green took over for Kevin O'Neal, who right now, you ready for this, on the road with Northwestern. He beat Minnesota, beat Illinois, and tomorrow he's trying to pull the trifecta by beating Indiana on the road.
Not an easy task.
No, especially when they're angry. They've been humiliated in their last 2 games.
McGlure backing in against Black. There's that left-handed hook that almost went in. Yarbrough got a piece of it after it had rimmed out, although folks in Rupp Arena again wanted an interference call.
No, I thought it was a good play, not calling any play on that situation.
Tennessee has reeled off 8 straight points here in the last 5 minutes. They lead 13-10, and we're past the midway point of the first half. This is about as lowest scoring 10 minutes as I can remember Kentucky having in a while. Wharton, outside shot, not even close. Saul Smith comes off the backside with it. Kentucky looking to run a little bit. Padgett's back in there now. Let's see if he calms the troops down. McGlure is in there as well, so 2 of the starters on the floor for the Wildcats.
They got to get Padgett some shots, Brad. He has not touched the ball to get any looks at the goal. Get him the basketball. Get it to Padgett.
McGlure got past Black.
Hello! Hey, Mr. McGlure really asserting himself. Oh, then he gets a little hot dog dance along the baseline. Doesn't need that. Go back and play.
6 for Jamal McGlure. I'll make it 7, excuse me.
Come out of Canada. High school coach, administrative assistant here, Simeon Morris. Here comes the Rupp crowd. Here comes the Kentucky faithful.
Harris open. Rimmed out. It was halfway home, and it came out on it.
He thought he got fouled on that as well.
Yes, Wayne Turner and Hasim Evans come back in the lineup for Saul Smith.
We're going to watch McGlure from up on top. Nobody steps in the driving lane. Oh, you got to step in here and take the charge. You got to step in and take the charge, Tony H. Shane Battier down at Duke would have stepped right in here and taken the charge. And Mike Krzyzewski with a hot dog.
Tennessee by 1 with the ball on the baseline. Turner has checked back in, as has Evans. Evans trying to stay with Wharton right now. Black and McGlure really battling down low.
Yeah, a lot of contact on the inside, but some mean screens up on top.
Wharton over Evans. And again, that outside shot has gone away. Here they come 2-on-1. Evans tipped in by Bradley on a trailer.
There's Bradley running the court. The trail man. Evans just can't get anything to go. His former college coach is here, Frank Frischella. He brought him some cookies and his wife. Oh, listen to this plays. Electricity. Electricity. Rupp, what a house.
Everybody in blue on their feet. As we approach 8 minutes, Kentucky by 1. Tony Harris a little out of control, and he walked with it.
Yeah, you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you play out of control. Hustling, scrapping, getting up and down the court.
Kentucky back in front by 1 now. McGlure, he's liked that spot so far tonight. This time, not a good move. Runs out of real estate and knocks it out of bounds. Kentucky turnover. 7:43 remaining first half. Seesaw battle. Kentucky back in front by 1.
Evans, where have you disappeared?
He only had 2 points, did Evans, against Vanderbilt over the weekend. His offense has disappeared.
Well, you heard me tell him before the game, look, I'm going to put you back on my all Jason Alexander support team. I was putting him on the all Seinfeld team.
Well, after that game we had against Maryland, we wanted him on that team.
Yeah, 31 was brilliant. Imagine at 25, and Turner had 17. Winning experience.
Tennessee looking to regain the lead. Led by as many as 3. Yarbrough outside shots have not right for Tennessee.
Plays falling away on that shot. Really not a good look, Brad.
Here's Turner. Here's Padgett's first shot of the game. Short. Turner got it back, though, to keep it alive at a fresh 35.
He's a pretty good rebounder for a guard. He's very athletic, very strong. Just knows how to win.
McGlure, Padgett inside, and it's stripped away. Off the knee of Padgett, they say. Kentucky turnover. Well, if you haven't heard yet, a big news conference tomorrow at noon. ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN News bring you live coverage of Mike.
I'll let you know, don't tell anybody. He's going to play flanker for the Chicago Bears.
They could use him.
He could do anything he wants to do. I'll tell you that. Except with the curveball.
Coach the Chicago Bears might not be a bad idea.
Could hit the curveball, but not many guys can.
Harris. It's outside the green. They play catch on top. Finally, Yarbrough lets fly. And a 3-second violation on Tennessee.
See, I think Tennessee right.
That's out with you from Rupp Arena in Lexington with about 23,000 of our close friends. Padgett rims out. Bradley trying to tip another one back in. Comes free to Wharton.
Both teams really doing a solid job on the defensive end. Really makes you earn each shot.
Black, I told you, was a good free throw shooter, and then he drops in a 3. That's his 6th three-pointer for the big junior out of Chattanooga.
Yeah, he's got the great touch, as you said, on the free throw line. He just extended it a few feet. Got that open look.
Tennessee back in front by 2.
They played them tough here last year. Lost by 6 on this floor. Got blown out down at Knoxville.
Wide open is Turner. Doesn't shoot often from the outside. Drops it in.
Doesn't look pretty, baby, but it went down. Tickled the twine. Wayne Turner. Superb quickness. Outstanding one-on-one player.
First tie of the ball game. We're even at 16.
Here's Aaron Green. Talked about it earlier. Went to the coach. Says, I got to get more playing time. He said, you'll get more. Just don't turn the ball over and make some shots.
And play better defense.
And he did.
He has picked everything up a little bit. Nice entry pass there. Yarbrough wide open. Triple. And Harris in a perfect spot for the rebound, but he missed in close. Now it's Black. Black by McGlure.
That's one thing McGlure does well. Block shots on the inside. Well, McGlure and Bradley are going to get tested physically on the inside against Tennessee. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on in the interior.
Some big bodies down low.
Ooh, there's some big wide bodies. There's a lot of guys eat a lot of food playing on that interior.
McGlure, that's his 30th block shot of the season.
I see Black and Hathaway playing for Coach Fulmer in the Tennessee Vols. They can block for T. Martin and company and Peerless Price. I love that flanker.
Evans went down. That leaves Wharton open for the shot.
Can't leave him open too soon. He can knock it down. He went 0 for 13 in one game earlier this year. 2 for 13 against St. Joe's when they got beat. He was 0 for 11 against South Florida in regulation and then scored 7 points in overtime to spark him to a win over the Bulls.
McGlure fouled inside. Either lead.
A little handoff. Gonna watch the little handoff. Freezer right there. See, right now, there's the guy going to the deck, so it leaves him wide open for the jump shot right here. He takes advantage. Evans was on the deck, on the floor, takes advantage, and Wharton knocks it down.
Jamal McGlure, who's leading Kentucky right now with 7 of their 16 points, steps up.
They would have had a nice problem if Nazir Muhammad stayed in school. I thought he should have stayed in school. He became the last pick of the first round. Stayed at Kentucky, he would have made himself a top 10 selection.
He really would have had a big front wall then.
He had 21 points and about 12 rebounds against Tennessee last year in their win.
Kentucky back to within one at 4:20 remaining in the half.
One thing Tennessee's done well here tonight, they have not allowed Kentucky to get out in transition.
Absolutely nothing. Neither team has a fast break point.
Well, they're controlling tempo right now with their patience on the offensive end.
Actually, I guess Kentucky, you consider that one tip in on the follow by Bradley a fast break point, but that's about it. Hathaway and McGlure banging down low. Green lost the handle. Kick ball on Kentucky. Tennessee will get it back. Left in the half. These teams have had common opponents this year. 3 of them, in fact, and sometimes apples and oranges when you do this, but Kentucky, one of their losses was to Pitt. Tennessee beat Pittsburgh, and you see Tennessee State both lopsided, and South Carolina, Tennessee over the weekend 86-57, and we did the 7-point UK win over South Carolina last week.
Well, that was the one you did where B.J. Mackey got hot and made that game close.
Right.
But South Carolina really took a whipping from Tennessee. Tennessee got pumped big time, though. They thought it was a wake-up call getting blitzed like they did by Auburn. I think Auburn tomorrow night takes that winning streak down to Ole Miss. Hey, Cliff Ellis, that could be dangerous. Watch out. Watch out.
Tigers are 15-0, their second best start ever in Auburn history. And you got to go back to the late 50s to see any better start in Auburn basketball history.
Yeah, tremendous start. Chris Porter's been playing sensational. Pullman, Doc Robinson, Njai on the interior. But I think tomorrow Ole Miss so tough at home and Keith Carter can shoot it.
Porter was the
Doc Rubs, and all I could say is Brad and I wish you nothing but the best, and I know they're big-time Kentucky fans, and Dr. Reese and the whole gang were so beautiful at the hospital.
Well, right now they're watching their Kentucky team be down by 4 points, which is kind of odd, actually, that ever happens in this building. 21-17 now as Wharton hit the 3.
Yeah, Wharton knocked down that 3. Last year I saw them get beat here, but an unbelievable performance by Jason Williams in Florida.
Nice cut to the basket, and Evans missed him close.
I'll tell you, Brad, he can't find the basket. It's like a little teacup. It's not like the Atlantic Ocean like it was against Maryland.
That time, Hashimu may have just gone up and jammed that thing. Tubby's wondering what's going wrong with Hashimu Evans' offense, too, and he's going to sit down and think about it for a little while.
Yeah, he told you and I, not happy with his performance. Right. He said after he had the big game against Maryland, he has not been the same player.
I asked Coach Smith, did you get his attention? He said, oh, yeah, we got his attention. Well, we just put him on the bench to get a little more attention. Look down underneath. Wayne Turner almost got caught under the traffic. 21-17, and Tony Harris out of control.
Yeah, totally out of control right there. You can't hand that out of your point guard. Know with his skills, he's too good.
Padgett and Bradley, the 2 big guys on the break.
Nice play right there. Bradley finishing. As a look at Evans, he doesn't want to be on that sideline, an assistant coach. That'll get your attention.
Padgett brought that thing down and gets yet another assist on the good pass to Bradley. Cuts it to a 2-point game.
He's multi-dimensional. Padgett. Jerry Tipton, the writer out here in Lexington, told me the other day, he said, I thought I was watching a mini version of
points. He has yet to score tonight, but he has 3 nice dishes to teammates.
I'll tell you one thing, people at Kentucky, the players really respect Wharton and Harris. They said these 2 guys can play, and their front court's very physical. So they're not taking them lightly, I can guarantee you that.
If they were, they aren't anymore. Nice look inside, and Black scores.
Well, they did a great job finding the open man off the double team.
C.J. Black, not a big scorer, didn't he? He's got a 3-pointer, that 2-pointer, and hit 2 free throws.
Well, he got open right there because they doubled up on a post, and he did a great job finding the open slot.
Again, Tennessee by 4, and we're under 2 minutes in the half. A surprise right now at Rupp Arena. Padgett got his man in the air. Missed the outside jumper, and Wharton in good position underneath to clear it to Tony Harris.
This can be a statement game for Tennessee. They really need a big-time game. There's a score. They might need a timeout.
First field goal by Tony Harris puts his team up 6. Bobby Smith doesn't come off his seat on the Kentucky bench. Here's Padgett on the drive. Knocked out of there. Hathaway sent it all the way out to midcourt.
That was a tremendous block by Hathaway. Great agility for the big fella.
Now to 1:10 in the half.
Padgett still has not scored, has he?
He has not.
Unbelievable.
Kentucky may be trailing at halftime. 4 times that at halftime. That's goaltending that time.
No doubt about that one right there. You know, Tennessee, as we said earlier, was so highly rated. They haven't had that one win where psychologically they feel good about themselves, feel excited about themselves. Hey, he's limping right now, you see Paget.
He's going to the bench. That might be it for him for the half with 59 seconds left.
That's a legitimate block. Great timing.
Oh, he landed funny, Dick. There, he did grab his ankle.
Now we're going to watch Turner taking the ball to the goal. And that ball is coming down right over the front of the rim. Usually they'll count that.
Rebound on the miss by Wharton is Allison. 4-on-2. Turner, great speed, but knocked away by Tony Harris.
Tony Harris with the deflection. Look, he's pleading right now with Jimmy Butler. He's pleading with him. Jimmy taps him on the back. Tony says, okay.
Jimmy probably said, hey, you didn't get a foul called on you, so let's just leave it at that. And relacing is Scott Paget, but we probably won't see anything more from him in this half. Down to 35 seconds. Shot clock is about 5 seconds difference from the game clock. Here's Tayshaun Prince for 3. Hathaway and McGlure battle for the rebound, and Bradley picks up the loose ball. McGlure to Turner, and now they may take one shot here before the break.
The threes have not fallen here in the first half. They were 14 for 23 against Vanderbilt. And the reason, Vanderbilt packed it inside and let him shoot the three. Tonight, Tennessee is pressuring him on the perimeter.
Bradley inside, goes underneath, no foul called, throws it back up again, and Tennessee has a halftime lead.
And they sprint out of here, Tennessee. Look at Jerry Green leading them into that locker room.
Brandon Wharton with 8, C.J. Black with 7. Only 4 times this year has Kentucky trailed at halftime, and they lost 3 of them. It is halftime. They trail 25-21. Larry Beal, Digger Phelps coming up with the Courtyard by Marriott halftime report. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Brad. This is really surprising, especially given the Vols' struggles on the road, not only this season, but at Lexington. Not a pretty game in terms of artistic shooting, but Tennessee getting it done with second-chance opportunities.
Yeah, I think that's been the key when you see Vincent, Black, Yarbrough, and company. The front line finally stepping up and stepping in on the boards. Offensive rebound points as well as points in the paint. And credit Harris and Wharton for giving up the ball to get it inside. Kentucky, on the other hand, not shooting the threes, not getting the points in the paint, really struggling. Tennessee has that confidence going into halftime.
And we'll see if they can hang on, because it's been a problem going back 20 years for the Vols in Lexington. The Courtyard by Marriott, first place in the Big Ten tonight. We had it earlier for you on ESPN. That's coming up. Iowa and
They are right now to the Volunteers, 25-21. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler and Doug Vitale. What Tennessee is doing right now is rebounding, being physical underneath, and just beating Kentucky to the punch, Dick.
Well, they really did a great job on the offensive boards. Dominated them on the glass. Had 14 rebounds off the offensive glass. We're going to take a look right here, an example of it. Watching them on the interior. Isaiah Victor with the conversion on the offensive glass. Did a great job defensively. Field goal percentage allowed only 29%. And Wharton made some big threes for him from the perimeter. We're going to take a look at Paget. Came up empty in the first half. Was hurt on that play. Did not score in the first half. And, you know, you think of something else as well. Kentucky has not gotten out in transition at all as you look at the numbers.
And they have not been out-rebounded all year, Kentucky. And look at the difference on the boards.
Look at this here, 0 for 6. 0 for 6. They were 14 for 23 from the 3. Thought they rectified some of their problems, because going into that game last week, they were in last place. As you look at here, when trailing at the half, they were in last place in the SEC shooting the 3. And against Vanderbilt, it was like Patino's Bombinos. They were knocking them down.
Well, we'll see what Tubby Smith did at halftime. As I said, going to the break of 4 games trailing at intermission, 3 times they've lost this year, and they're 14-3 overall, so not a real good sign that they're trailing. 3 players scored for Kentucky in that first half. Turner at 7, Bradley at 6, Glore at 8, and there's Hashimu Evans right on the field.
Maybe he's waking up now. He's too talented. He was a great reason they won the national title. Made some big shots against Utah when they were down 10 and came back and won.
Tennessee coming in 10-4, 2-1 in the SEC Eastern Division. Steal by Bradley. The outlet to Paget. He's yet to score. Cross court. Evans 3. And Paget pulls it off the backside.
I would have brought the house down if Evans nailed that one.
First time Paget scores, I got a feeling it's going to bring the house down. They just can't get him any looks right now. He's content to dish inside. Bradley had it blocked, but he's fouled.
Inside.
Tubby Smith's team has struggled a little bit from the free throw line this year. He did get the second. They kind of broke out of that against Vanderbilt, went 15 out of 16 from the stripe over the weekend. And now they're trailing by only 1 as we're 1 minute into the second half.
Evans looks like he's stepping it up on the defensive end as well. Seems got a little more bounce to his game.
Black double team by Paget and McGlure. Snuck one to Tony Harris, and he ran him. And Kentucky had 5 likewise in the first half.
Harrison turned a lot of quickness out here on that point. Harris heavily recruited out of the city of Memphis, where they produced so many outstanding players.
Fans there were heartbroken when he didn't go to Memphis.
Yeah. Also lost Corey Bradford, who's up in Illinois.
Paget. And a foul. It'll be on Bradley, I think.
You know, Robert O'Kelly, also the star for Wake Forest from out of Memphis. So those kids got away from Tick Price and Memphis. He's trying to keep them home. He got a good one this year in Paris, London to stay home.
So Tennessee is going to find, I think, in this last 18 minutes and 20 seconds, it's just as hard to keep a lead at Rupp Arena as it is to earn and build one by halftime. Harris swatted away by Turner. Nice defensive job.
I'll tell you, Harris got superb quickness when he goes to the basket. Very explosive.
He got free for just a second at the top of the circle and buried it.
That was a good-looking three right there. Squared his body, got free off the dribble, penetration.
Back to a 4-point Tennessee lead and a quick whistle down low.
And an answer for Tennessee, who's retiring after this game. Everybody's retiring. Keith Jackson, John Thompson. I mean, what a week, John Ward.
Last touch by Paget.
I'm going to watch Tony Harris right now. He's got that change of direction. I'm going to watch his deflection of the block, but he stays with it. Now he catches it back. Second time, he's going to beat Turner right here. Look at the screen. Gets the screen. They don't hedge and step out far enough. They release from him, and he nails it.
And another time, stepping on.
Some it's Lady Vols. Shamika Holtzclaw and company.
Andy Landers, Lady Dogs playing great. Shimu Evans.
Technically, he looks off mechanically with that shot.
Whoa! Offensive foul on C.J. Black as he swung around with that rebound. He caught Bradley right in the chops. A little talking going on. Take a look at this.
There's the brick right there by Evans. I'm going to watch Black right here. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
That's a C.J. Black sandwich that Michael Bradley just ate.
That's a foul. That's a flat-out foul. That should be a foul. No question about it.
Paget inside. And they're going to make him earn.
They got to do a little streak, start making big threes.
Scott Paget trying to become the 45th 1,000-point club member in Kentucky basketball, and he just had.
Yes, sir, 1,000 points.
Congratulations to him.
Wayne Turner said he's going to get there as well. He needs 45 from tonight. He said, I'm not going to get it tonight.
Anthony Harris, that's for sure. It might take him about 4 more games. Evans pulls down a miss by Harris. Kentucky looking to push it.
Evans looks mechanically having a problem stroking the jump shot from the perimeter. It doesn't look like that smooth follow-through and release that he had earlier this year.
Here he is on the baseline. He threw it away. Laura went one way. Hathaway jumped in there for the steal.
I believe his lack of playing on the offensive end is affecting him in other areas as well.
Remember, he's moved up from being a forward to being the 2-guard, and it's a different spot for him. That might be part of his struggles.
Yeah, that can be. There's no doubt. I mean, when you start moving, playing with the back to the basket, a little bit the facing, getting away from the floor, that takes a little time to adjust.
Double team down low, ball knocked away with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Tennessee maintaining a 2-point lead.
He just doesn't look anywhere near the player that you and I saw earlier this year.
Tayshaun Prince waiting his turn. Saul Smith's going to be checking into the Kentucky backcourt.
Had to go inside the block. Not get Black some touches. That's a bad shot right there, but he gets fouled.
I've seen Kentucky do this more times than Tubby Smith would want to admit. They send a guy to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, I saw it in an Indiana game against Michigan. 2 guys went to the bench. You would expect Recker and Guyton at the end of a half against Michigan. I mean, you got to know where you are on the floor. You got to have a presence to the game. No strategy, no score, no time. The jacket's off for Tubby. Did a great job at Tulsa, Georgia. Former assistant to Rick Pitino. Both these coaches got something in common. They both worked for 2 superstars in coaching. Jerry Green worked for Roy Williams.
Right. Kansas before going to Oregon.
And Tubby worked for, as we know, Rick Pitino.
Tony Harris with 6 on the night. team a 4-point lead again. It does, and he can add one more to it.
Going to go for 3 for 3 right here, a little trifecta.
Tony, an 80% free throw shooter.
And a little nod to my right from Sam Bowie. Sam sitting there getting a lot of PR tonight with the retirement of Michael Jordan. Look at Sam getting a lot of PT, getting a lot. I says, you're getting a lot of guys interviewing you, etc. Talking about the fact that he was drafted ahead, got drafted ahead of Michael Jordan up in Portland.
There's Sam working with Ralph Hacker and the radio over here to our right.
What a really first-class guy.
Evans walked with it.
Yeah, he's really right now struggling. You could just see he is struggling mentally because I think he's going to go to the bench and get him out. He's not happy at all with his performance.
Kentucky looks sloppy right now. They trail by 5 with 16 minutes to play.
Buddy Governor was finding young assistant Sean Finney. He works so hard breaking down film. He's going to get him out of the game and go for Hogan, I believe.
Tennessee came in with big ideas, and they're backing it up so far. Nice crossover by Harris. He leaves it to Victor. Reverse layup. Good move. Just didn't finish.
Yeah, he really did make an outstanding move on that baseline, but did not complete the play.
Turner all the way on the other end. Victor pulls off the miss.
Turner's better off when he drives to the right. Usually when he goes to the left, he wants to pull up and shoot that jump shot. He's more comfortable to the right. This would be a big statement by Tennessee to the SEC people that we are a legitimate contender if they can win here on the road at Kentucky.
Jamal McGlure picks up the foul. And we're going to have a timeout with 15 and a half to play. Tennessee trying to pull a shocker, and right now the Volunteers on the road have flattened Kentucky so far.
High school basketball in the state.
As a junior, about 36 points a game for Couch, and then cooled off to about 26. When he first came here, Rick Pitino was here, there was some talk on whether or not he would come out for the basketball team. That never materialized, but what a football player he is, and we wish him the best at the next level. Here's Tony Harris. Three-pointer off the mark. The foul. Nobody blocked that.
Yarbrough down the lane gets the open offensive rebound, and that's where they've been really strong today. And that means they're playing aggressive basketball. On the other side, Kentucky not getting opportunities on a free throw line, not playing the kind of aggressive play that we've seen out of Kentucky earlier. Good feed right there.
Padgett underneath.
I'm telling you, he does a super job posted inside. Larry Conley talked about that with you during the South Carolina game. He's as good as a post player as there is, especially for a small forward.
For a moment there, Tennessee led by 7. I'd be willing to guess nobody has led Kentucky at this stage of a game in this arena this year by 7 points.
You're right, in this arena.
And 22nd timeout taken by Jerry Green on the Tennessee bench.
You know, last year they had some trouble here at home, though. They lost to Mississippi, I believe. Florida beat them down here for the state of Kentucky and for the University of Kentucky.
Wharton with 5 on the shot clock, missed it. Padgett pulling it down as Padgett, McGlure, and Ryan Hogan on the floor for Kentucky as they try to scratch back into this thing with 14 minutes to go. They trail by 5.
Victor and Kamara, a good matchup. Both very quick on the inside.
Hogan just never had the handle on that pass. Couldn't find it on the dribble, and another Kentucky turnover gives it back to the Volunteers.
Aaron Green could shoot the stand-still jump shot. Showing a lot of patience now offensively, trying to spread the court, get good spacing.
Wharton has a look, the left-hander. And collision in the lane. Hathaway's going to be called for the offensive foul.
The Hathaway on the interior makes contact with McGlure. Hathaway had that blood clot problem last year in the shoulder, had shoulder surgery. There's the two big guys. Oh, throws him to the deck. There's the contact. Can't get away with that in the post.
Hathaway went down, as Dick said, in the 5th game last year with that shoulder problem. That is 100% healthy now.
Good he is and how good Kentucky is.
He talks a pretty good talk, but he backs it up usually, doesn't he?
Yeah, he said last year they were going to win the national title and they were going to beat Duke in that game, and they did. And this year he said we'll beat Maryland, and they did.
The world's most extreme athletes once again descend upon Crested Butte, Colorado. It's a 99 Winter X Games. Everything from ice climbing and bike racing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, all the stuff Dick does in his free time. Here's the break. And he slammed it home.
Yeah, I'm going to walk there and go my sleigh ride and do my thing. Mr. Kamara did his thing. I really like this kid. I think he's got star potential. He's got that superb quickness. He just got to get stronger.
Kamara looked like a sled on snow on that break, and he's cut it down to 3.
And he woke up the crowd. The crowd is in it now. This is Rupp that I know.
This is where I said the Volunteers will find out what they're made of if they can hold a lead on the road at Rupp. Hogan trying for the steal, but I think he's going to be called for the foul. He is. Good hustle, but a little too aggressive, and has a floor burn to show for his efforts.
He comes from real good stock in his family. His uncle, Kevin Greavy, was an outstanding shooter. His other uncle is the 8th, Steve Blake, going to Maryland.
That pass not handled by Wharton, but kicked out of bounds by Kentucky, says Mike Kitts.
I tell you, see it up inside. Jerry Green and his kids trying to steal his W to try and build off their last two performances. They felt they got a wake-up call when they were humiliated. I mean, humiliated by Auburn. 90-62. That was similar to last year. Last year they had a wake-up call. They hadn't won a game on the road in 2 years, and they beat Alabama. And from that point on, they won 8 out of 10.
They had a horrible start in the SEC last year after a 10-0 start in non-conference play. Hogan on Harris. 12 and a half to go. Tennessee with a lead.
He should be too quick for Hogan.
Trying to feed the post and kicked by Paget, so a fresh 35 for Tennessee.
So we always learn something. I learned something tonight. Yarbrough told me, he says, my name's not Yarborough, it's Yarbrough.
Just bro, yeah.
Yeah, I said, wow. I didn't know that. I was calling him Yarborough down to that first game.
Well, that's because you're such a stock car fan.
Yeah.
12-20 remaining in the ball game, and a quick foul on Hogan.
This game may come down to foul shooting at the end of the game.
Tell you what, Tennessee's a pretty good foul shooting team, too, coming in 70%.
I'll tell you what I really liked about Mr. Paget. He has really become a vocal leader. He's become a real leader, gives them leadership on the floor. Trajan Langdon's doing that now with Duke as well. I'll tell you right now, there's a team in America today can beat Duke the way they're playing. They are playing absolutely out of their mind basketball. Suffocating defense, making threes, inside, outside.
Just a question now on games is when they hit the 100-point mark. It seems like when you and I do them anyway.
I mean, they're not beating cupcakes. They're beating these teams by 40 and 50 points.
Ryan Hogan, we told you, had a floor burn earlier, and his left knee is bleeding. That's why he's coming out of the lineup, or at least one of the reasons, and they're going to work on that on the sideline. Maryland, ESPN.com, part of Go Network. Go.com, and that one goes in.
What a great offensive rebound by Victor. Really playing aggressively on the glass. The former Kentuckian, he was not recruited by Kentucky.
Tennessee by 5 at the 12-minute mark. I didn't think we'd say that tonight. Paget try to feed Kamara.
Should have shot that one. Scott had the open shot from the free-throw line area.
He has not. Yes, he has. He's got one field goal tonight. Here's Saul Smith. His three goes.
Big three. What a big trifecta. Coming off the three as his mom cheers on. He made 3 for 3 against Vanderbilt.
His first points tonight puts Kentucky back within a deuce.
He's a good role player. Solid third guard.
Everybody on their feet now at Rupp Arena. Victor, nice baseline move, blocked by Glore. Out of bounds to Tennessee.
And Glore really a shot blocker deluxe on the interior. Talking about Paget, I think he's one of the most unselfish stars in America. So is Ron Artist down at St. John's.
11:22 left. Saul Smith, 35-33. Tennessee in front. 11:22 remaining. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale and some of our well-dressed friends here at Rupp Arena. The Dick Vitale fan club. There we go.
I made that sign for him. I made that sign up.
Offensive rebound's been a big story tonight for Tennessee. Here's another case in point.
Yeah, especially Victor. He's so active on the inside. You can see why he leads them in rebounding, and he's like second in scoring, and he comes off the bench. He's going to become my member of my all-roll aids team.
5 boards to go with his 6 points.
Oh, Jerry's so calm and cool on that sideline. Has a great mind for the game when you're sitting with Jerry Green in terms of the technical aspects of basketball.
Somewhere over this last 11-minute stretch, nobody's going to be calm and collected. Harris missed. That didn't touch the rim, and so it's a shot clock violation on Tennessee.
Tony has really worked on trying to improve and understand what a good shot is, and that really is his problem. He still has to understand in key situations shot selection.
We've got 11 minutes remaining. Kentucky looking to tie things up. Super Tuesday at Rupp Arena in Lexington. Saul Smith trying to give his team the lead. That three-pointer bounces out. Remember, Kentucky hasn't lost at home this year. They're 6-0. They have 10 straight SEC wins. They haven't lost to Tennessee in Lexington in 20 years. Wow. And right now, Tennessee, that had a 4-point lead, maintains a 2-point cushion here with 10 and a half to go.
Wow, that's when I started. I did my very first game 20 years ago. And they've won thorough. That's a foul. That's an offensive foul. How could you get away with that? They have to put up with all the moods of the coaches when they come.
And that's just the sportscaster's wise.
Oh, gee. We got a name. We leave. We always have a W.
We never come home with a loss, do we?
I'm undefeated for 20 years.
That's not bad.
Yeah, got a better record than Dean Smith.
Kentucky looking to tie it or take the lead if this goes. Rebound comes off to Black. Good positioning against McGlory. Tony Harris. And a foul before he made a move to the hoop. I think it's going to be on Saul Smith.
They got to give Black some touches. I think he's too talented and he's got a nice soft touch. He's got good hands. He doesn't get enough touches on the inside.
Actually, they call that on Padgett. Padgett got him on the way by. Saul Smith was the guy guarding him.
We haven't seen the Kentucky spurt yet. We rely on the spurt so often. We have not seen a spurt here tonight.
Again, they've done nothing in transition, and that's part of the reason. Maybe they'll get it here. They got a block shot. Now Turner.
What a move! Unbelievable, baby! He goes coast to coast. Wayne Turner. Woo!
That's something they haven't been able to do is run with it. Now they've tied it up. Black trying to feed inside. Stolen by Kamara.
Watch out, Tennessee, watch out. Did you see that move by Wayne Turner? I mean, did he get to the rack? Wow.
It was like a blip on a radar screen.
Yeah. It's like a thoroughbred. Seattle slew out of the gate.
Crowd quiets momentarily. 9-minute mark tied at 35.
You just got to play off him and let him shoot the ball. Not try to challenge him. He'll beat you off the dribble.
He goes to work, looks at the shot clock with 2 left. Gonna put up a shot. Didn't go down. But he did get it off in time, and it's Victor with a rebound.
This is a big possession right now. They've got to come up with a good shot, get some good execution. And right now, Jerry's saying, take your time, show some patience.
We've only been tied twice tonight at 16-16, and now here, nearing the 8.5-minute mark, even at 35.
Let's go to Victor inside. He's playing against a young player, Kamara. Go to Victor on the box. Very effective down in the post.
Wharton wanted to get it to him. Has to come to Tony Harris at the top of the circle with 5 on the shot clock. It's going to have to be Harris against Turner. Nope, he kicks it outside to Yarbrough. Doesn't go at the buzzer.
Neither team really shooting the 3 well tonight.
Neither team shooting anything in particular very well tonight. Kentucky has not led this half. 22nd timeout taken by Tubby Smith.
To do against Kentucky in your game plan, you better defensively be able to stop Turner's penetration.
It's going to be whether or not his team can hold it.
Psychologically, you want to leave here with a W. You don't want to leave with a moral victory. You don't want to leave and say, well, we played them tough. Because all the prognosticators, I mean, Blue Ribbon, and I really respect that magazine, they had them number 7 in America. AP had Tennessee number 9 in America. They lose to Arizona out of the gate. They get beat by St. Joseph's. They're too talented to lose to St. Joseph's. They lose to Miami of Ohio, the Wally's World, Wally Serbiak. The kid is phenomenal. But this team is too talented right now to lose to some of those people. This would be a big, big win for them.
Obviously would shake up the Eastern Division of the SEC. Kentucky on top at 3-0, but Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee all at 2-1, waiting in the wings for Kentucky to slip. Is this the night they slip? We'll find out in the next 8 minutes.
Well, Florida's got that date with South Carolina. Donovan and Fogler, that thing's to rest. They put it to bed. It's over. They're not angry anymore. That's good.
I still wouldn't want to be standing at half court with both of them on each side of me. Turner penetrates, trying to dish out to McGlory, and going to be a Kentucky turnover.
Kentucky, as you said earlier, Brad, the big difference here tonight is they have not been able to get in transition to get easy layups.
7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this ball game. Kentucky had not gotten much in transition. This one did, though, and now they're back even at 35.
Providence, Ron Hale's playing well. I got him on ABC Saturday with Mr. Musburger against Duke.
That one could be a little stickier to try to make it 3 in a row in the ACC, I'm afraid.
Ouch.
Well, who would have thought this maybe tonight, except the Volunteers and their fans. 35-35 with 7:20 to go.
Right now, shot selection is so important with each possession. You got to come up with a good shot.
Yarbrough walked with it.
He really has not become the impact player they thought as a diaper dandy with all the preseason publicity. But you could just see that he's got a world of potential. And I hope he's just patient because he has got a lot of talent.
You talk about diapers, though. That kid's in Pampers. He doesn't turn 18 till March 21st. He's only 17 years old.
Yeah, he's a baby yet. His brother's on the team as well, Del Baker.
Under 7 minutes. Loose ball out of bounds to Kentucky.
Defensive transition is so important in the game of basketball. Neutralizing and negating teams from getting 4-on-3s, 3s-on-2s, 3-on-2s, and that's exactly what's happened here tonight by Tennessee. Doing a great job getting back defensively.
Kentucky's put together a 9-2 run just to get to this point. Tied at 35. Black's going to check back in. And Harris with the foul trouble with 4 personals will sit.
You know, they've done it with that 9-2 spurt, but it's been methodically. It hasn't been really a dominant 9-2.
It's taken a long time.
Yeah, it really has. I tell you, the one thing about Kentucky you got to respect, everybody comes to play at another level against them because they have such great tradition and such a program that people really play at another level against them.
They have those nice blue and white jerseys and then a big bullseye on their back.
Yeah, Notre Dame in football has the same thing.
Here's Evans, was open for just a second. Turner's going to have to force one. Shot clock violation, or it would have been had Black not pulled down that air ball. Neither team able to muster any offense right now. 35-35 with less than 6.5 to go.
See, right now, Green from up on...
Huge shot by Aaron Green.
That's a big three. That'll get you some playing time. You don't have to go see the coach and ask about playing time. Make those kind of shots. You'll get it.
Only his 8th three-pointer of the year. Gives his team the 3-point cushion.
Interesting how he's on the floor right now. Tough time of the game.
And it knocked away, did McGlure, by Green from behind, so he does it on both ends. Hits a huge three-pointer and then knocks it away defensively.
Well, we said earlier that this team's not going to go away. We thought they'd challenge Kentucky. Here's Green, and that's a tough-looking three. That's a big, baby clutch three.
Kentucky has 1 three-pointer tonight after going 14 for 24 against Vanderbilt.
And their reason for that is the perimeter defense by Tennessee. They're not getting any easy looks from out on the three-point line.
Padgett double team, still got a decent shot away. Hathaway clears off the miss.
I'll tell you, Tennessee doing a phenomenal job rebounding inside, but they got some wide bodies on that baseline. And we may be smelling upset city.
3-point Volunteer lead. We're under 6 minutes. Wharton around. Wide open look. This one missed.
That's a big one, and he could shoot it.
It almost went down. Turner, his penetration's been the offense tonight.
Wayne Turner beats his man to the goal, puts it on the glass, and gets the conversion.
38-37.
Well, winning experience. When you talk about guys that know how to win, you're talking Padgett, Turner, and Evans. They've been through this a few times.
Here's Green, wide open again. Kentucky got lucky that he missed that one. Nobody was on it.
They got to stop this guy's penetration. They got to stop his penetration.
Wildcats haven't led in this half. They still don't. Hathaway trying to get a timeout call and due for Tuesday, and it's been something super to watch if you're a Tennessee Volunteer fan. They're trying to pull an upset here in Lexington.
I'll tell you, tempo's been their key here tonight, keeping the game at a half-court game.
Victor blocked Bradley. McGlure got the loose ball, and he lost the handle going up.
Wow, you want to be Meek and Mile inside there, baby.
There's some bodies landing.
This is not football. I know they come from football country.
Evans, Kentucky leads for the first time this half.
Yeah, they get the lead. Now let's see what Tennessee does. As the crowd is now into it, here come the Rupp fanatics. Oh yes, the house is ready to explode. Try to set a screen up for Harris. Spread the court, get some spacing.
Harris, Yarbrough, Wharton. Out there with Harris, Torrey Harris that is, and C.J. Black.
Got to give Black some touches down in the post. going to get Black some touches.
Harris, a three-pointer goes.
I mean, that's a big-time three. When those kind of threes are going by Harrison and what we saw by Green, that usually means something positive is going to happen.
Green can only cheer on the sideline, but he hit a shot much like Tony Harris just hit. Two huge three-pointers. Tennessee clinging to a two-point cushion with 4 left in regulation.
They don't want to go away. They're coming out clawing and scrapping.
Smith, his three. Off the mark. Tony Harris.
Don't have it. Now you got to make a good decision to bring him.
Oh, look, what a move on the baseline to get to there, but he has it knocked away. Back comes Kentucky trying to tie things up. And a push.
John Fogerty with the ball.
Wayne Turner to try to tie it up and send us to a timeout. Does. With 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in regulation. Tubby Smith's team in trouble. Tennessee trying to hold on in this battle in the SEC.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Audi and the dashing and daring beautiful A6. Can one car change the way you look at all cars?
3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in regulation at Rupp Arena in Lexington. A tie ball game at 41-41. Jerry Green's team trying to do something that Tennessee hasn't done since January 20th of '79, and that is upset Kentucky 20 years ago. At Rupp, and that goes back. That's not even Bernard King. That's after him. One hits a three.
And Brandon Wharton gets that good look. The backcourt, good shot selection, and that's the year that ESPN went into existence.
Now Wharton and Harris and Green have all hit three-pointers. Virtually 3 of the last 4 trips down court that have been absolutely huge for Tennessee. Big collision between McGlure and Wharton over there in front of the Kentucky bench.
Well, the last possession, Brandon Wharton got a real good look at the three. Hurt his shoulder right there.
His shoulder's been a problem since the Memphis game, and it really kind of threw his shooting off for a pretty good stretch. We talked about his field goal percentage, not that good. That one, nothing but the bottom, though.
Yeah, nothing but nylon NBM because he got a great look, squared his body, knocked it down. His father jumped up with joy at home, saying, "That's my boy." I know Aunt Jenny's a little nervous down there in Chattanooga, big Kentucky fan, 82 years of age. The Nelson family from out of Bremen, Kentucky, said their Aunt Jenny is cheering like crazy. Jenny's a little nervous right now.
Well, here's Wharton go to the free throw line. And you can hear the quiet in Rupp Arena. He missed it, though. And now it'll get noisy again as Kentucky has a chance to get it back to within 1. A three-pointer would tie it. We're approaching 3 minutes.
Well, special situation so big, and that means handling pressure. That means making free throws. Handling the clock, knowing strategy, knowing that the key players shoot the ball now when you get down the stretch. The Padgetts and the Turners got to take shots.
Evans had it blocked.
Evans is really not a factor offensively here tonight. Has not been a factor over the last 2 weeks. Where has he gone? How he has disappeared from where he was against Maryland. He looked like a superstar that night against Maryland.
Shima only 1 for 8 from the floor tonight.
Didn't have a good game against Duke either.
Bradley says, somebody help me. We only got 6 on the shot clock, and he's out there dribbling around. McGlure has to face up, and he the glass.
You can't be serious. You can't be serious. McGlure off the glass. Look at the bench laughing. They can't believe it. He can't believe it.
McGlure's in shock. The crowd's back into it. It's a one-point game.
Everybody's in shock. He's in shock. You're in shock. I'm in shock.
Jerry Green said, let's run some motion here and use some clock. Tony Harris.
Nice pass.
He's C.J. Black. Offensive glass again has been Tennessee's strong suit tonight, and they get another offensive rebound.
Yeah, they've been the Windex washers tonight. They're working on that glass, dominating on the interior.
19 offensive rebounds, Dick, tonight for Tennessee.
And that means you're playing aggressive basketball. That's one of the keys for aggressive basketball. Blocking shots, forcing turnovers, steals, offensive rebounds. Gonna watch a little kick in. Black right there he was a little indecisive whether to use the glass.
Hathaway missed a free throw. The door being left ajar by the Vols from the free throw line.
Yeah, they're giving them every chance, Kentucky, to get the W here instead of trying to put them away by making these free throws.
Hathaway second of 2. Way down, and it comes out.
Wow. Looks like somebody went up there and tightened that rim.
Absolutely. Looked like one of those at the county fair where you're shooting for a big teddy bear.
And you got no shot.
They're the wrong size. Kentucky trying to get the lead. Paget for three. Got it!
I'll tell you, he'll make some big shots, baby. He's a big shot maker. He's a big playmaker. And they erupt here at Rupp.
It's an eruption. 46-44. Timeout.
Sophie Hall's up standing and cheering. Coach who won the national title with Kentucky in '78.
133, all that's left between Kentucky keeping their winning 3 regulation, and it's Kentucky leading Tennessee by 2 now, and that is their biggest lead of the second half, if you can believe that. Kentucky trailed at intermission 25-21.
I'll tell you one thing, that McGlure's shot, that'll break a coach's heart. If you're going to pick one guy you'd want to shoot the ball if you're at Tennessee, it's McGlure. And he not only shoots it, he throws it off the glass.
And that was about 16, 17 feet out on the wing, too.
Yeah, he's usually, if any scoring that he does, is about 2-3 feet away from the goal. Hey, Ashley's not in the house tonight. I thought he'd get a kiss tonight from Ashley Judd. She's not around.
The only thing missing from this game with 90 seconds left.
I'm broken-hearted, Ashley. Where are you?
There's the timeout situation remaining.
Man-to-man defense, the high post screen, trying to get Wharton free.
Harris, Wharton, they've hit huge three-pointers down the stretch here, and 6 on the shot clock. Wharton for another one. Rebound kept alive by Yarbrough.
Offensive rebounding again.
Wharton will try it again. Got it.
That time he gets the good look. Here he comes. He points to us. What's he pointing to us?
47-46.
We got a good one, guy.
Do we ever have a good one?
This is a statement game. It could be for Tennessee. This is a game they psychologically need. A win over a big-time opponent.
Let's see if Turner looks to penetrate. He does. It doesn't go in.
Oh, he got fouled.
Traveling called.
Oh, he got grabbed. Oh, did he get grabbed? Evans had his arms right around him.
Isaiah Victor called for the walk.
He walked after contact. Take a look at it. I know I'm blind, so you bail me out if I'm right or wrong. We're going to watch the ball come down. Now watch Victor go up and get it. There's Victor. Now he comes in, gets the ball. I mean, look at this. He's got his arms around him.
That's a holding call. That's 15 yards
That's
on the
15.
defense.
I'm dropping the flag right now. I'm dropping the flag. We're dropping the flag. 15 yards. Let's drop the flag.
And there you see the traveling call. It gives it back to Kentucky with 42.7 left.
Well, you know, Kentucky's been in these situations before. They know how to really play with poise. They've been in tough situations. A well-drilled team down the stretch. And for right now, Jerry Green, can they win a game like this? This is the difference between a good year and a great year when you can steal these kind of games.
If you have to take an outside shot, you'd want Paget to be the man. If you want Turner to have it and try to penetrate, here's Paget. Outside shot. Rebound comes off to Tennessee. They're going to have a chance to win. 30.6 remaining.
Well, they got to make free throws.
And in the second half, Tennessee, in the ballgame, I should say, 5 of 8 is all they've been able to do from the line.
Well, right now, they go to the line in a key situation right now. Black stepping to the line was a good free throw shooter.
And he is. He hit his only 2 in the first half. And as we said, he's 36 of 41 from the free throw line on the season.
87%, but even if he converts those, it only gives him a 3-point margin.
And he missed it. They've missed 3 front ends and 1-on-1s, has Tennessee.
Well, I think Turner's penetration is what you got to really watch here defensively. You got to give some help on him, and I would post Paget inside. I'd play a 2-man game with Turner and Paget.
Here's Paget. At the top of the circle, trying to find an open man. It's Evans on the baseline. Missed the shot. Ball Kentucky's with 9.2 left.
Well, the shot hasn't been falling all night for Ashimo. He's a kid who's had some great moments in that Kentucky uniform. Look at him smile. He's not smiling yet. He doesn't smell. He's smelling that wind, but he knows it's not over yet.
Kentucky and Tennessee each with 1 timeout remaining. It has not been a good night shooting the basketball for either team. But Dick Vitale, Tennessee with the offensive glass, that's how they stayed in the ball game. The only problem is they're shooting themselves out of the ball game from the free throw line.
Yeah, they got to make these free throws count. But the bottom line is, you look at the job they did on the offensive glass, as you said, but also defensive transition. Right. They really negated the running game of Kentucky. I would have went in that sequence, a little two-man game, Turner and Paget on the low block. It's so easy to coach from up here. It is so easy when you're sitting over here versus that sideline.
47-46 Tennessee. Reese Davis and Kenny Mayne standing by with Sports Center, which is 9.2 seconds away. The Bulls news of the day.
I believe line is it's been a struggle all year, fighting for their identity after coming out rated so highly.
This is the kind of game that can shake up the entire Southeastern Conference, depending on what goes on in the next 9.2. But that is an eternity for Kentucky. Will they try to pack it inside and go to the free throw line and try to win it there? They've got 9.2 to work with. We talked about the SEC standings. Kentucky, the only perfect team in the eastern side of things, with Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee all right there at 2-1. On the floor, it's Evans to inbound, McGlure, Paget, Bradley, and Turner. It's a starting five for Kentucky.
They're trying to get the ball inside to Paget. Out of post Paget on the interior.
Gotta hurry. Turner on the drive. Inside, lays it up. It doesn't go in. Bradley, he'll try. No, Tennessee is upset Kentucky. First time in Lexington in 20 years, Tennessee has been able to pull off that upset.
Look at the jubilation out of the Tennessee kids. Tubby will have his team regroup. They go down to play Mississippi, but a phenomenal win for Jerry Green in Tennessee. Something they need, a statement that they are back and they're legit building off the game with LSU, South Carolina, and now Kentucky.
Fourth loss of the year for Kentucky, their first at home. Wayne Turner got a good look. Dick, first the penetration, then the stick-back attempt by Bradley, and here it comes.
Well, you know, Turner penetrating is certainly a #1 option for him. He's an outstanding penetrator. And they go back up again. Can't get the good angle on that layup on the interior. I'll tell you, what a great job defensively all night by this team, Tennessee, against a potent offensive team with Kentucky. I mean, unbelievable. They did a great job shutting down any perimeter game at all out of Kentucky and shooting the three tonight.
The biggest win by Tennessee in basketball in years. They upset Kentucky 47-46. That's going to wrap it up. For Dick Vitale and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network. Go.com. Sports Center next.
From now on, look out. A little tongue-in-cheek for Tubby, elated with his Wildcat shooting. A lot of bulletin board material for Tennessee. Joke or no joke, there were several volunteers ready to knock off the best. And a Couch as well. Tim Couch, the Kentucky quarterback, feels like he's watching a football game. C.J. Black with a vicious elbow to Michael Bradley. Skull, nothing Tubby could do. Late second half, Kentucky trailing by 5. Suleiman Kumara, dominant man, coast to coast. Wildcats down 3. Closing minutes, Kentucky now with the 2-point lead. Vols, no worries. They get the board. Brandon Wharton from way downtown. Vols now with a 1-point lead. Final seconds. Kentucky trailing. Wade Turner drives. Wade Turner misses. And Bradley going for it as well. But did you hear the buzzer go off? Yeah, Vols with the upset of the best. 47-46, the final score. Tennessee also snaps an 11-game losing streak to Kentucky. They improved to 2-4 on the road. The Vols' last win at Kentucky, January 20th of 1979.
Oklahoma State may be ranked, but